Hey, it's Random Code here, and today I want to explain to you why you should start making tutorials on YouTube if you want to learn how to program. So I actually think it is very simple. The best way to learn programming is simply to teach it, because programming is a concept that you need to learn yourself, and I at least think to get a better understanding of it, if you're able to teach to others, you will definitely learn more. So to me, this was probably the best thing I ever did when I started learning Java. So I studied for software engineering, so of course I was taught quite a few of these basic concepts, but still, after having a basic understanding, to get a better understanding, I decided to start making YouTube videos where I would explain these concepts again to others. And what this definitely brings is the ability that you need to have at least a decent understanding of these concepts, but also very often I would get comments, people asking some random stuff or maybe something not quite understanding some of it, and this interaction of not teaching but at least having some kind of dialogue where you talk about this concept definitely helped as well. So I think a lot of people, when trying to learn stuff, particularly programming, they just go to YouTube, they watch tutorials, they try to create some small projects, but they're not really getting further, and it can be hard. But I think simply just this basic concept of deciding to do something. For example, right now I'm having a class about algorithms, and I need to learn a lot about these algorithms, and we're just actually creating a bunch of simple algorithms. So for me, to get a better understanding of how they work, and at least to have a decent understanding of the concepts, I make tutorials. Where you simply create these, in this case, for example, binary search. I explain the binary search, I talk a bit about it, and I make a video. So it brings a new aspect of this concept. First, I understand, at least have a basic understanding of the concept, then try to make a video. I can either then make the video because my understanding is good enough, or I will realize that I actually do not even understand this concept at all, or at least not as well as I thought I did. And then I research some more, I maybe do a few takes, and in the end I have a better understanding, and just simply doing something differently, where normally you just learn, listen, try, but actually recording and explaining is very different. At least to me, it's been very, very useful to learn this concept and have a better understanding. Just simply, this different perspective actually just changes things. So I think quite a few people this might seem insane, but I actually think the best way to learn programming is just simply start a YouTube channel and just explain it. Just try to make any concepts. So at first I was just doing some basic Java, just going through all the basic concepts of Java. Then I was working a bit with JavaFX, which is kind of like a graphical user interface library we'd use in Java. And I simply just do like 100 different random things in JavaFX. Like build a clock, build an alarm, build some kind of translator, build anything. And then every time I built things, I didn't just build them, I also had to explain. So I had to actually understand what I was doing. And then just understanding things and knowing that you need to understand them well enough that you can explain them to others definitely, to me, changed the way I looked at these projects and how I made these projects, because it wasn't just enough to just have them working. I need to have at least a well enough understanding that I could explain to others. So often, people might struggle to learn something, but I actually think, at least to me, I have realized the best way to learn is to teach. But of course, some people might think this is insane. How can you teach something you do not understand? But I actually just think the perspective changes actually quite a lot when you go from a mindset of I need to learn this to I actually need to understand this well enough that I can teach others. And sometimes it doesn't matter if you get something wrong. And definitely all of my videos are not going to be correct, perfect, but just simply forcing myself to actually understanding a concept and then explain it to others, I think changes the perspective and changes how you look at things and how you do things. I would highly suggest, because to me at least, it's probably been the best thing I ever did regarding learning programming, simply make a YouTube channel and make videos. And at first it doesn't matter, you're not going to get any views. That's not the point. The point is not to get views. Of course it's nice and it makes everything a bit more fun, but just simply the concept of recording, doing stuff knowing that some people might actually watch this. And then when you realize people are actually learning from you and people being grateful and thankful that you actually share your knowledge, just makes everything better and the whole experience even more. I just want to share this concept because I don't think I've ever heard anyone actually suggest making YouTube videos as a way of learning something. And if anyone's still listening after my rant about this concept, I'm very grateful. And I really hope you at least take something away from this. That maybe you're not going to start a YouTube channel, that might not be necessary. Just simply the concept of understanding that sometimes I think you'd learn more if the focus of learning is not just to learn, the focus of learning is learning something so you can explain it to others. So, if you enjoyed this quick, or maybe not that quick at all, but this talk about how I think the learning or the perspective of learning is very important, please leave a like and subscribe. And wish you all a wonderful day.